Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss uh, the pedagogy of language development. This is the paper 1 syllabus only. So today in this video we are going to discuss pedagogy of language development. Second is language development approaches. There are four approaches. There are five approaches mainly. First is behavioral approach. Second is constructive approach. Third is collaborative approach, and fourth is integrative approach, and the last one is inquiry based learning approach. So let's see the introduction. Pedagogy of language development. Pedagogy of language development means the communication of our ideas and thoughts are necessary for the development and survival of all human beings. So here we need the language to convey our message, our thought, our ideas in the community. So that's why the pedagogy is playing a very important role for the language development. If the teacher teach effectively, then the child can learn easily the second language also. So here basically we are talking about the English pedagogy. So here in India, we are considering English as a second language. So here the child have to learn the language, the second language, but the mother tongue he or she can learn in the at the home only. For that there is no need of training, and there is no need of all such grammar and all such things. Then let's see the language development approaches. So mainly there are five approaches are there. First is behavioral approach, second is constructive approach, third is collaborative approach, and fourth is integrative approach, and the fifth is inquiry based learning approach. So let's see first the behavioral approach. By seeing the name only we can able to understand it's related to the behavior only. So the behaviorism focuses on the ideas that all behaviors are learned through interaction with the environment. This learning theory states that behaviors are learned from the environment and says that innate or inherited factors have very little influence on behavior. So the children is learning the behavior through the environment, and whatever they are innate or inherited factors are also influenced the behavior of a child. So through the if the teacher is having the good behavior in the class, then child is learning so many things from the teacher's behavior also, and their friends behavior are also impact the child's personality. The next is constructive approach. Constructivist teaching is based on the belief that learning occurs as learners are actively involved in a process of meaning and knowledge construction, as opposed to passively receiving information. So as constructive approach, by seeing the name we can understand that here the child is building the knowledge. Like if there are some particular knowledge is there that the child have to learn as it is. Like for example table, as you can see in the image, the child have to learn the table, and they know the multiplication also if they can't learn the table. So for that the constructive approach is very much important. And here in the English language the child can know the meaning. See, if the child is using some particular word, means it is having some particular meaning, so that the child have to know, and they can use the words in their day-to-day life easily if they know the meaning properly. Then next is collaborative approach. A collaborative learning approach involves pupils work working together on activities or learning tasks in a group is small enough to ensure that everyone participates. Pupils in the group may work on separate tasks, contributing a common overall outcomes or work together on a shared task. This is distinct from unstructured group work. So here collaborative means we have to work in a group or we have to work cooperatively. As we can see, the teacher can give the task to the student. They can make a group of 4 to 5 children and they can give one work, like one project to them. So in that group only the child can share the work. Like if the teacher give them the task like to make a project on grammar. So one child can bring the printout of the photos and one child can bring the all such materials like cardboard, pens, and one child can write the whatever information they are having on the chartboard. All such kind of things they can divide in their group and collaboratively they can complete the task. In that particular approach, each and individual is having the separate task to do, or they can share the task or they can do it together also. But overall outcome should be they are working together in a collaborative way. The next is integrative approach. Integrative approach learning. Integrated language teaching is a term used to refer to teaching a foreign language through a content-based subject. That's why language is integrated into the natural context and taught through the real life situations in order to motivate students to acquire knowledge for the sake of communication. So as integrated means we have to involve the same terms, like if the teacher science teacher is teaching about the parts of a plant, that is in a natural context, and the English teacher can make it in the real life, day-to-day life use. Like she can also teach the parts of a plant in the English language. So if we are integrating the both, then the student can easily understand the terms and they will remember the terms for the long period. So here we have to use the other subject also while teaching the English language. The next is inquiry-based learning approach. Inquiry-based learning is an unorthodox method of learning which incorporates active participation of students by involving them in posing questions and bringing real-life experience to them. The basis of this method is to channelize the thought process of the student through queries and help them in how to think instead of what to think. So here we have to give them the full freedom to ask the question. If they are having any doubt, they can ask the teacher. They can do the inquiry. If they want to know anything, then they can do the inquiry. In this approach, the teacher can give them tasks like research. She can give the work like she can give a topic like Shakespeare or any other writer or any other poet, and she can give them to write the summary of any work, any written work. That too the student can do the inquiry about that particular topic, and they can complete their work. And while working and while completing their task, they can acquire more knowledge also.